morning. My name is Jeanette DePatie, and I am the top beanie at Propellerhead-Inc, and I am a professional techsplainer. And what that means is I explain technology to people. I'm also a partner at StoryTech, and we stand at the transition between storytelling and technology. Now this is CES Day 2, and I'm sure I don't need to tell you that CES can be completely overwhelming. You have over 2 million feet of exhibit space and nearly 4,000 exhibitors. And I have 30 minutes. So I'm not going to be able to explain all those things to you. What I am going to do is I'm going to break this down into 5 basic trends that will help you understand the technology around you and also help you understand how it relates to your business. So we're going to talk about those 5 basic trends. We've got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first of these trends is talking about the IoT, or the Internet of Things. Now, the Internet of Things is all of this stuff that's connected, from your smart home to your smart watch to your smart dog, whatever. And we're seeing that Internet of Things is not new, but it's reaching a different level. I like to call it the Internet of getting things done. So, we've seen smart appliances before, but now we're seeing appliances that not only tell you if you're out of milk, but can also tell you if they need repair, can call a repairman, and can order parts. Some of these machines can even repair themselves, which is pretty cool. And I understand there is a robot barista on the floor somewhere, so that might be something to look out for. Now, naturally, with the Internet of Things, and with any great power comes great responsibility. How many of you out there have changed the default password on every connected device you own? Oh, okay, well, you're the good ones. I'm like the rest of you. I haven't, and neither have a lot of other people. So what we're seeing is there are some security risks with the Internet of Things, and in October of last year, there was a severe DDoS, or denial of service attack, using these default passwords for the Internet of Things to create what's called a botnet, which is a system of all these connected things to do malicious things. Some of the biggest sites on the net, including Shopify and Twitter, were down for nearly a day, which in internet terms is like 1,000,000 years. So we're also starting to see that some of these companies are developing tools. Since we're not really going to change human nature or human behavior too much, they're developing tools to help keep these things secure. All right. We're also seeing the smart home devices. I'm a Trekkie from way back, so I'm pretty excited about the voice interface, which is the interface of today. Although I sometimes wonder if people think I'm crazy talking to my toaster and my coffee maker and the walls of my home. And we're also starting to see with wearables, a lot of Internet of Things devices are wearables, that there's a sort of upper limit to how many of these devices people are willing to wear. So they either need to be really fashionable, so we've seen like Fitbit has connected with Tory Burch and a couple of really young hip companies, or they need to have a lot of utility, or they need to be integrated into the fabric of the clothing. And with some of the new devices, the new sensors, this is becoming possible. The sensors are in the buttons of the garments, and there's circuitry actually woven into the cloth. Project Jacquard with Google and Levi's have developed a gesture-based jacket. Although in New York, I'm a little worried about a gesture-based jacket. The idea is that you can just move your arm along the sleeve, and that will trigger your phone and other devices. But in terms of the Internet of getting things done, I talk about it this way. I've recently seen a candle that is a connected candle with real flame. In the old Internet of Things, that candle would have tipped over and then sent you a text. Beep. your house is on fire. In the new Internet of Things, the candle, when it tips over first, it extinguishes the flame, then sends you a text that says, maybe you want to get home. Okay, here are some companies that you might want to take a look at that demonstrate this trend of the Internet of Things. All right, our next trend is blurred lines. We're seeing blurred lines between reality and unreality. We're seeing blurred lines between virtual reality and augmented reality. And we're also seeing blurred lines between content platforms. People are content agnostic and they're interested in what they want to watch, when they want to watch, not so much where they want to watch it. Right. So we talked a little bit about the television blurred lines. There's also AR and VR. This is the first year that CES has a dedicated augmented reality pavilion, and I think we're going to begin to see in the next year AR surpass VR in terms of revenue numbers. So that's an exciting thing to watch for. Naturally, Pokemon Go was a big deal last year, so we'll be looking for the next Pokemon Go. I'm sure in boardrooms all around the country, that is something that is being worked on. And even though it's sort of AR light, it certainly jammed up the numbers to the point that everybody is interested in a way. All right. We're also seeing these snappy specs from Snap, formerly Snapchat. And this is sort of the new answer to the Google Glass. They've got little recording indicators so you know if you're on screen or not, which is a helpful thing. And we're also seeing AR being delivered on phones. Lenovo now has an AR-enabled phone for under $500 that is doing some pretty cool things. So here are some companies that you can look at to see this blurred line trend. The third trend is that the crowd is happening in a new way. The crowd is not a new concept, but this trend talks about how the crowd is being applied right now. So one thing that we're seeing is hugely important is the power of live. Facebook has dedicated over $50 million to pay content creators to make live content. They have created an algorithm that makes live content come up higher in the feed, and also YouTube Live grew by 80% last year. And the reason is because live is immediate, live feels authentic, and people watch live content longer. So this is a key component for Facebook and for YouTube and for your business as well. Live has to be part of your mix. Esports is a big deal. The geeks not only play games now, they record themselves playing games and they watch each other playing games. And it is a big, big business. And Musical.ly popped up this year. It went from virtually no value in 2014 to a valuation of $500 million. Also, crowdfunding is a big deal. Some of the regulations have been lifted. Now virtually any business can raise up to $1 million with friends and family. And it's expected that crowdfunding will surpass venture capital this year for tech funding. So that's a pretty big deal. It's not just that airplane jacket on Kickstarter anymore. It's really big business. So here's some companies you can look at about the power of the crowd. And if you want a copy of this presentation, if you give me your business card at the end, I'll see that you get one. Trend number 4, the ups and downs of autonomy. Everybody's heard about autonomous vehicles. And they are no longer a pipe dream. They are really here. Elon Musk says this is a solved problem, and he predicts that all of their cars will have automated driving in the next 2 years. Ford has committed to having a level 5 automated car, which means no brakes, no steering wheel, by 2021, although we'll likely see that in strictly geo-fenced areas. We can't necessarily have our Jetsons flying car yet, but we can have flying stuff. And drones have been the darling of the show for a while now, but we're really seeing some major industrial applications for drones, especially Amazon They spend on average $4 per package. So they are really looking into this drone delivery service because we are no longer just the on-demand economy. We are the on-demanding economy. We want it now. And we've been accustomed to get things within 2 hours. So I think Amazon and other companies are really looking into drones as a way to make that happen. Ride sharing is likely to also integrate this autonomous equipment. You can currently, in Pittsburgh, you can take an Uber with an autonomous vehicle. Which is pretty cool. Also slightly terrifying. I don't know. You have to decide. Here's some companies that are showing off this autonomous trend. Finally, this is trend number 5. This is the rise of Skynet. My husband and I have an ongoing argument about what is AI and what isn't AI. Whether you call it AI, whether you call it machine learning, whether you call it heuristics, machines are learning, and that is part of what is happening today. If you get a chance, tell my husband it's AI. He disagrees with me. Okay, so AI is integrated into your digital planner, it's integrated into your marketing mix. It can really digitize a lot of these tasks. Some scary facts about AI. By 2018, it is estimated that 85% of all customer interactions will be handled by bots. Now, at first they tried to make bots more human, but then they realized that humans are kind of boring. So now they actually are hiring comedians and television comedy writers to create scripts for these bots. Personally, I find bots kind of unsatisfying when I get really mad at a customer service agency, but you can decide for yourself how you feel about bots because they're here to stay. The robot of the future is starting to look a lot more like Rosie and Roby and less like the Roomba. The robots now have video interfaces. They greet your kids when they come home. They take pictures of them, send them to mom, send mom a text, hey, your kids are home. Count boyfriends, see who should and shouldn't be there. And finally, we're seeing augmented reality in augmented humanity, where technology and humans are becoming one. And technology is making us almost superhuman. We can use 3D printing to create ears, to create noses, to create internal organs. There are things we can use, robotic arms, hundreds of, we can use this equipment to make us see further, see better, hear better. And it's amazing how this technology with sensors can be used to actually help us learn how to be stronger and use our muscles better. So this is an integration of humans and technology that can make us both a little better. So here's some companies that demonstrate this trend. Just a reminder, I am Jeanette DePatie from StoryTech, and we sit right at that crossroads between technology and storytelling. If you need somebody to come and talk to your executives about the technological landscape, if you need somebody to come and talk to you about customer insights with your technology company, give us a call. In the meantime, I hope that you have a wonderful time here at CES, and thank you so much for listening.